reminds me of my will at the windowsill. I sit and see the grays, the children they all play and laugh amongst themselves. Somehow remind me of myself on the merry-go-round.
What's going on YouTube? It is Trev. I had some time to think today. It's kind of a slower day at work, and so I spent a lot of it coming to some revelations. Right? I've had a few conversations over the last few days, and even seen some things posted, and it made me start thinking about some things today, putting some thoughts together in my head. And you all know very often when I do these videos, I don't even have it all straight yet. And as I start talking about it, it kind of all comes out. So I apologize if some of this is rambling or comes off like, old man lecture. But I want to share with you some of the things that I've been thinking about. And trust me, I will bring it all back to crypto because really that's really what I kind of want to ultimately talk about. But all right, I guess I've been thinking about it like this. Now, I am old enough to be able to use the term back in the day, right? I remember clearly when things were significantly different in the world than they are right now in so many ways. But socially, right? The ways that people used to think about things, what kind of person you should be, who you should interact with. I can go a million different directions, right? There are still some people, my generation, and even, my parents, even the generation before me, who still have some very distinct thoughts on how the world works. And those thoughts are very antiquated. They have a very hard time understanding that that's the way the world worked when you were much younger, but things have changed significantly. And I'm finding the same thing in the stock market. I haven't really been doing this that long. And, I talk to people all the time who tell me, oh, I've been in the stock market for 20 years, 25 years, whatever. Crypto, I've been in crypto for 10 years, 15 years. I haven't been in it nearly that long, and I'm still learning a lot of things I don't know. But actually, I actually find it to be a little bit of a benefit, right? I'll give you an example, an example not pertaining to crypto, but that will make sense to you, or the stock market. So a lot of times if someone is going to get hired, not only for the company I work for, but for a lot of companies, you're going to hire someone. A lot of times you want to hire somebody maybe new that you can train to do things the way you want to do them. Because a lot of times if you had someone who worked in your industry, maybe for another company, they have some bad habits, or at least some habits from their previous employment that don't really work out with the way you do things, right? And so bringing that back to the stock market, because I have not been doing this for 10 years, 15 years, 20 some odd years, I never really got those ways of doing it, the trading dogma from that long ago. I never got that stuck in my head. I have picked up on a lot of it. I have learned a lot from a lot of older traders, but I'm also learning a lot from a lot of you younger guys and gals who are doing this because things are changing, just like they're changing in the world. I feel like we're in this whole paradigm shift, right? In so many different areas. Maybe the last 10 years that I've really noticed it, but maybe it's been going on longer than that. Maybe the last 5 years really ramped up, where people are really bucking the system and saying, those old antiquated ways of doing things, of thinking about things, it doesn't work for us the way it worked for you. And so we're going to change it. We're going to move things around, and we're going to make it work for our generation, and we're going to make it work for the way that the world is now, right? And I've noticed that as well in the market, because I can talk to these people who've been doing it for a long time, and they have some very, very distinct ways of how to do it. Okay. The market, the stock market, even before crypto even really came out strong, the market was, a lot of people would tell you that there are certain things you need to do, right? You need to, buy low and hold on to things. If you get into a good company and you invest low, and if you hold on to it, and you can find something that will give you like a 10%. If you can make 10% on your money per year, you're doing really good. You're doing really good, right? And so that works fine if you're investing $100,000, because then if you made 10%, you made 10 grand that year. That's fine, right? And so the system was set up for those who were wealthy to stay wealthy and to keep being wealthy. But it was set up in a way that precluded the small time guy who really doesn't have that kind of money to invest. It kept you from really doing anything, because if you invest $100 or even $500, right, and you make 10% on that per year, whoa, you just made $50, right? You're not really going to get anywhere like that. And so, but that's the way it was set up. And that was the mindset of a lot of old traders. This is what you do, right? There were some rules that they picked up along the way and that they pass on that were always really good rules. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, right? Really good rule, a rule from way back, but still applicable. Doing your own research, doing your due diligence, understanding that the money that you're investing, you're responsible for it. And if you are just YOLOing into things or taking someone else's word for it, if you lose all that money, you really have no one to blame for but yourself, right? So do your own research, be disciplined, and set rules for yourself. Maybe set a price for yourself, right? You invest in something and you tell yourself, okay, if I make 15% of this, 20% of this, that's it. I'm cashing out. I'm taking my money and I'm out, right? But you have to be disciplined, because a lot of times you'll see it'll be cranking up. It's moving up really, really fast. And you get to that 15, 20%, whatever it is that you set for yourself. And you say, yeah, but it has so much more in the gas tank, right? I'm just going to hold on to it a little longer. And then maybe it gets up to 21%. And then you wake up tomorrow and it's crashed and it's done, right? That doesn't always happen. But if you're disciplined and you set that number for yourself and you stay to that number, now you've got 20% more to do your next trade with. And there's always another play. Always another play. This one might still go up quite a bit more, and maybe if you had stayed in, you would have made more money. But you know what? You can take that money and you can get in on the next one if you're disciplined, okay? That's a really, really good rule. But there are some other rules that just weren't working for everyone today, because, again, they precluded the younger generation or the not-so-rich generation from getting into this. And I think I started really paying attention to this probably around the GameStop saga, right? That squeeze. When that was over, and that was orchestrated by, a certain group. But when that was over, they decided that they wanted to try to keep it going. They wanted to do it again with GME, but then AMC came out, and that was going to be the mother of all short squeezes. And people and the old-time traders would tell you, you're out of your mind. You can't do it that way. That's not the way you do it, right? But people started saying, yeah, but if we do it your way, we're never going to get anywhere because we don't have the money that you have. So what we're trying to do is bang on the door and make you let us in the club, right? And so they started changing things around, trying to trade a whole different way, different from the dogma. And the old guard looks at it and they think that it's absolutely crazy. And they tell you you're never going to get anywhere that way. But the paradigm is changing. Younger people are saying, we want to trade too, and this is how we're going to do it, and we're going to make it work. Okay? So same thing with crypto. Now, crypto, was kind of a younger man's thing anyway, right? It was in itself, it was supposed to buck the system. But still, there were a lot of antiquated, and there are still a lot of antiquated ways of thinking this is how you trade crypto, because there are people, like I said, who have been doing it for 15 years or so, right? They learned certain rules back then, and they believe that's just the way it's going to be. Sometimes, you're in a different decade, and you don't realize things have changed. You can do it differently now, or people are coming up with different ways to do it. And so that brings us kind of to this season we're in, called the meme season, meme coin season. And the conversations that I've had over the past few days have been with some old time guys who have very distinct ways that you deal with crypto. This is what crypto is. This is how crypto works. And, all this meme stuff and all the way that, these people are trying to make a quick buck or whatever, it's going to kill crypto altogether. It's going to kill it. It's going to be dead, right? I understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, I don't share that feeling or that dogma drilled into my head that this is the only way to do it. And if you do it any other way, it's going to be destroyed. I am open to different ideas, different ideologies, and I'm open to the changes that people are insisting upon. So with these meme coins, people are saying, you know what? First off, if I'm not investing more than I can afford to lose, who cares, right? I know that it can go up and down. I know that it can be volatile. I know that I can be up 500% today. I could wake up in the morning and it could all be gone. They know that. They know the risk. Everybody knows the risks involved in meme coins. People who are diehard with crypto, the older guard will tell you there needs to be utility. If there's no utility, you're not going to really get anywhere. On top of utility, you have to worry about the supply. You have to worry about popularity. There are a bunch of things that you need to worry about because they're thinking the long game. They're thinking, almost like the stock guys who were saying that, if you get 10% per year, you're doing well. They're thinking, if you want to 2x, 3x, 5x your money in 3 to 5 years, this is how you do it. You buy it and you hodl and you do your due diligence and you make sure that the team is good. All these rules, right? Well, people are trying to change that paradigm and say, well, okay, that's all true and that can work and I can do that, right? But if I can make some quick money right now, then I've got even more money to put into those things where I can do that comfortably and still kind of enjoy kind of the benefits of my gambling a little bit, right? So they'll invest in these meme coins with 8 or 9 zeros or 5 zeros or whatever and sit back and wait, right, for them to go up. And the only thing driving them up is hype. Most of the time, there is no utility to these things, okay? What's the supply? The supply could be ridiculous, okay? Nothing about it really fits into what people will tell you. This is what crypto is supposed to be and how you're supposed to trade it. It's just a vibe. It's just hype. That's it. And we all know that one day the bottom could fall out, and the bottom probably will fall out. But if I want to take a few bucks right now and I want to throw it in there and see if I can 10x, 20x, 100x my money, why can't I do that, right? And this is the way that people are wanting to trade now. It's gotten to the point where you don't not only have meme coins, which, we've heard the stories of people who have gotten in very low and made millions of dollars within days or weeks or whatever, right? It doesn't happen all the time. In fact, it's very rare. That's the reality of it. But people want the chance to be able to do it. And so to try to bury meme coins altogether and to slander them and to FUD them, cause fear, uncertainty, and doubt regarding meme coins, and tell you that you're going to lose all your money or whatever, to do that is to kill people's opportunity and to almost maybe treat them like their children. I mean, everybody's grown up and they should be able to do whatever it is that they want to do with their money, right? But you're killing the opportunity to even possibly get there, okay? Because the hype sometimes is all you need. Now, we've got things currently like this Pepe, right? That went up like crazy, and people were way up. And yeah, right? It's a meme coin. Meme coin. It came way back down. That is the risk that you take. Could it potentially go back up? Well, this is what people hold on to, right? And I've said it before, and a lot of people have been saying it lately. It's kind of like that old game, if you've ever seen it, Press Your Luck, right? And you're up really high. You've got a lot of money, but maybe you can wait a little bit longer, right? I'm going to press my luck. No whammies, right? And you're going to give it another day. You could wake up tomorrow and it could have doubled and you really made a killing, right? Or it could have just dropped off to nothing. This is the risk you take, and this is the risk people want to take. But it is a different way to do it, because if you can hit it, you can make life-changing money. And you can get money that you can put into some of these longer, more stable coins for your future or for your children's future. But for people who are just trading with $50, $100, to put it into something that could 10x or even 20x in 3 to 5 years, it precludes them from the dream, right? So meme coins are a thing. They're going to be a thing going forward. To the point now where, like I said, there's a meme coin season, right? That's how serious it's getting. So for all of you old guard who want to say that, this isn't the way it should be and this should just go away, I equate you to a lot of the older generation who I know of who say the same thing about a lot of things, that just are not true anymore, right? So, you might be right, you might be wrong, but the younger generation wants to set a new paradigm. They want to set a new way to do it. They want that opportunity and that chance, and they should have it, right? So that's what we've got right now. Pepe, you've got Elmo, right? Bob. There's a few different ones out there where people are getting into and hoping that they can do well. So I'm not giving financial advice. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you that what you're doing is right, what you're doing is wrong, that you should hold, that you should buy, that you should sell. I'm not telling you anything like that. I'm saying be careful. Understand that this stuff is volatile. Do not invest more than you can afford to lose. But if you want to take the chance, why would you let anybody tell you don't do that, right? It's your money. Be adult about it and do your thing, right? Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Good luck to me. Good luck to all of us. All right. I don't know. That's what was on my mind today. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions, any comments about any of that, leave it in the comment section and let's chat about it. All right. Like button, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.